Hello. Hello, welcome everybody to Pilates. It's me, Rebecca. We are going to go ahead and start on our backs in supine position and just allow ourselves to let go of the day and become here in this space together. So let's go ahead and start on our backs again. Place our hands across our rib cage and then take a nice big inhale, expanding the ribs, and exhale, release. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Bringing our hands down to our abdominal muscles. We're going to do that again. Take a nice big inhale, this time expanding the abdominal cavity. And as you exhale, I want you to squeeze that air out. Imagine all the air really escaping your abdominal cavity. Inhale, expand. And exhale, push all that air out. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Then we're going to allow ourselves to add this pelvic tilt, going from a nice neutral spine, no space, or a nice space between your back and the mat. Inhale, expand, and then exhale, imprint, pushing that back into the floor. So that's where there's no space between our back and the mat here. Inhale, expand, neutral spine, and exhale, imprint your spine. Inhale, expand, neutral. Exhale, imprint. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Wonderful. Keeping our back imprinted. So all the way down, we're going to lift our shoulder blades off the floor, gazes at our thighs. With our hands out to the side, we're going to go into our hundreds with this, which is an inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Option for your legs are right here on the floor. Otherwise, tabletop or all the way out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and release your neck. Bring your knees into your chest and roll side to side. And again, just take some nice deep breaths. Allow yourself to really just focus on this moment, this hour that we have together. Just be right here in this space. We're going to grab our feet, bring them in towards our body for a nice inner thigh stretch. And breathe. We're going to open up our legs for happy baby. So allowing those feet to come out to the sides. Knees are going to drop as far down as you can towards the floor. I really like a nice still happy baby like this. But some people really enjoy rocking side to side, so you are more than welcome to do what feels good for you tonight. And you can also just experiment. Hey, maybe I haven't tried that rolling side to side one. Breathe. Go ahead and release your stretch. We're going to flip over into prone position. That's on our abdominal muscles. And we'll keep our body nice and straight as we pop up into our plank. This can be on our elbows or on our hands, up on our toes or on our knees. We want to keep our abdominal muscles engaged the entire time. So we're continuing our nice big inhales, expanding, and exhales, contracting. And breathe. Imagine you're lengthening your body right now, so your spine is getting longer. You might even be feeling a nice calf stretch. Breathe. Go ahead and come down to your knees. Push back into a child's pose. Turning over onto our sides, we're going to do our side planks. Lowest option for that is our right here, option 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and pop up into the option that works for you and your body tonight. You may find sometimes what's interesting, I feel like side planks are one of those exercises that sometimes we feel really strong in, and then other days we're like, what is going on? Why can't I get this tonight? So it's a really good test to see how rested we are, or just how our body's feeling tonight. And breathe. Go ahead and bring your hip back down. Bottom leg is going to come forward, top leg's coming around, and we're bringing our arm all the way up and over for a stretch. I'll have you take a nice big inhale. See if you can stretch a little bit further. Release your arm, roll your shoulders back. And we'll try that on the other side. Go ahead and lift. Still lengthening our bodies. Bringing our hip back down, bottom leg forward, top leg around, bottom arms up and over. breathing. Stretch just that little extra bit. And release, rolling the shoulders back. We're finishing our warm up with our reverse plank. Or for some of us, that's going to be a bridge on the floor. We're going to be all the way down and hips up. Otherwise, we're going to be on our hands or on our elbows. Go ahead and find the option that works for you. Ready, set, and lift. And breathe. Keep breathing. And then come all the way down. We're going to come to a seated position. Raise our arms up in the air. Reach. And then dive down for feet, ankles, or calves. Breathing. See if you can exhale a little bit further. And then we're going to go all the way onto our sides. We've been working on some abductor and adductor work this month. So we're starting on our sides with our feet towards the front of the mat, our bodies all the way down and towards the back of the mat. And we're stabilizing our center here. So nice tight middle, trying not to use our hand if possible to stabilize ourselves. We're going to take our top leg here and bring it all the way up. So we're in a comfortable position. So if you're going up too high and you're like, this is really, really uncomfortable, then you can definitely bring your foot down a little bit further. I tend to really enjoy stretching this. So I like to bring my leg up higher. It feels like a nice stretch in my top leg while I'm doing the work on my bottom leg. We're going to flex our bottom foot. Again, we're keeping our abdominal muscles engaged. Flexing that bottom foot, we're just going to lift and lower the leg here. And breathe. And ideally, you would have your head all the way on the ground. We want to try to keep our neck in a good alignment. And if we're propped up like this, even though it feels very comfortable, it's technically not a good alignment for our neck. So totally your call. But as your instructor, I'm going to suggest laying all the way down like this. Go ahead and hold this one up and breathe. We're going to point the toe and then kick forward and flex back. And breathe, again, breathing. This is a great time to just kind of allow yourself to think about something else, something positive, allowing yourself to just go on a little bit of a mental vacation and not focus on your leg, just go through the motions instead. But let yourself kind of close your eyes. We're going to circle our leg around here. So just a nice little circle. You know, we're getting to the end of our year, so it's a good time to kind of start thinking, what am I thankful for? What happened this year that was, you know, great? And I maybe just overlooked about how wonderful it was. What's, maybe I got to spend some time with somebody, or some time with even an animal, or something in my life that brought me some joy. Go ahead and reverse that. Or perhaps you're like, no, actually, I enjoyed my alone time and I'm thankful for that. That's also totally valid. I enjoy my time by myself for sure. I don't get a ton of it. So when I do get it, I really do value it. One more. Wonderful. We're going to flex that foot, try to lift that leg a little bit higher, and then back down again, higher and down, and breathing through this. Again, thinking about something else, something pleasant. Almost there. One more. And then you can let that leg fall to the floor. We're going to take this top leg. You can kind of stomp on your thigh on your way down if you'd like to. We're going to now work our abductors, so the outer part of our top leg. And we're going to start by just flexing that foot, bringing the leg straight up, and then pointing the toe on the way back down. So flex up and point down. Or you can do the opposite, point up and flex down. Let's try that, point up and flex down. And breathing. His pillow is in the dryer. That's probably what's got him really upset. Sorry, excuse me. Let's try one more here. And then we're going to go to about the halfway point. So halfway in between there, and try a really large circle. We did these last week as well. And this one is pretty hard to stay stable in your middle. So nice contraction of our abdominal muscles. If you need to, you can always place your hand down on the ground, but I really want to encourage you to try and just utilize your breath and really work on getting your body to stay still by the strength of your core. One more. And go ahead and reverse that. Breathing again. We're trying to make a nice large circle here. One more. Wonderful. We're going to point the toe, bring the leg in towards our body, and then flex up. And then we're going to come back down and come down. So we're going in, flex the foot, kick up, bring the leg in, point and down. In, flex, kick, down and down. In, flex, kick, in, bring, down. In, flex, kick, in, bring, down. In, flex, kick, in, bring, down. Just a few more, flex, kick, in, bring it down. 3 more, in, flex, kick, in, bring it down. Kick, in, bring it down. Last one here. Wonderful. We're going to bring that top leg all the way up and just kind of roll onto our abdominal muscles here. Keeping that leg up and relaxed, and you can bring the leg up a little further if you want to, and that feels nice. Again, trying to see what feels good on our bodies right now. And breathe. Let's take this leg and put it under the body for a pigeon pose. We can come up onto all fours first, and then we'll bring that leg forward and come all the way down into that pigeon pose. Breathing into the stretch, really allowing that the breath is coming right to the muscle that we're stretching. So as you're inhaling, the oxygen-rich blood is making its way right into your hips, hitting the abductors and the adductors. I know those inner thighs are still excitedly awaiting what's to come for them on the flip sides here, which we will do in just a moment. Before we do that though, I'm gonna have us work our lower back a little bit. So I'll have us come all the way to both legs straight. We're gonna bring our bodies all the way down, hands are in front of ourselves. And we're gonna just lift our torso. Option one with the feet on the floor is going to be to keep your hands just the way they are, and then just kind of lift your neck and head off the floor, coming right back down and lift, just like this. In option two, we're going to add a lift with the arms. So you'll be down and then lifting the upper body like this. You're looking for kitty. Lift and lower. Go ahead and hold this one up. And then all the way back down, we're going to do that again, up and down. Make sure you're breathing. One more. Wonderful. You can relax your upper body, however feels comfortable for you. Again, we want to try to keep our neck in good alignment. So keeping your head straight is probably the best. I like to usually place my head, rest my head on my hands here. And then we're going to lift our legs one leg at a time, actually. So we'll lift that right leg and then switch and lift the left leg. And I want you to push your hip bones into the ground so that way we're really just lifting the limb here. Lift and lower. I'm going to turn to the side just so you can hear me better. But I would hope that your head would be in a good alignment, nice and straight. And breathing. One more on each side. Wonderful. We're going to turn over onto our other side to do that abductor and adductor work on the other side. Our adductor is the inner thigh, our abductor is the outside of our thigh or the outside of our hip. So we're going to lay now on this other side. Feet again are towards the front of the mat. Back is towards the back of the mat. Body is all the way still and steady. We're going to take our top leg, bring it all the way up as far as we comfortably can. Again, it should feel nice. This is the good part, the stretch part of the class. So if it feels not so great, then you can lower the leg lower. We're going to flex that bottom foot and lift and lower here. Breathing. And again, allowing yourself to go on that mental vacation. I started doing something recently, or I guess last year or maybe the year before, where I, right around this time of the year, I started to think about somebody that maybe I was thankful for that perhaps didn't know that their influence was as great as it was for me. Go ahead and point the toe, and then we're going to kick forward and flex back. And so I would start to think about, okay, this individual, really meant something to me, and I don't even know if they recognize this. So I'm going to take a moment and just think about them and try and write something out to them, whether it be a letter or a text message or a Facebook message or something. So I did that. I've done that the last few years, right around this time, and it's been really nice for me to express that type of gratitude towards somebody. And I know the people I reached out to, it has really meant a lot to them, and it was, kind of blindsided them quite a bit. They had no idea that they impacted me so positively. So just another thing that you could start, kind of thinking about. We're going to take this leg now and circle. While I'm trying to distract you from thinking about your leg, you could maybe start thinking about, hey, yes, maybe there's somebody in my life who's really influenced me that I haven't said thank you to. I haven't reached out to them, or I haven't even thought about them in 6 years. Maybe I will send them, a message or something just to let them know, hey, who you were to me is more than I can even express. Go ahead and switch directions here. Breathing. One more, and then we're going to flex the foot, try to go up higher again and back down. We're so close to the end here. But you're not thinking about your leg. You're thinking about this special somebody that I've hopefully planted this idea in your mind of someone you might want to reach out to. Breathing. Just 3 more. 3, 2, and 1 more. Drop that leg to the floor. Again, you can bring this top leg and kind of just put a little bit of pressure on that leg as you come down if you want to. It does actually feel nice. We're going to take the top leg now, flex the foot or point the toe, come up, and then flex on the way back down. Point up and flex down, and breathing. What an interesting day with our weather today we had as well. When I was out this morning, we had a sun break and it was like 60 degrees. It felt so nice out. And I was thinking, oh man, we're gonna do all this fun stuff today. And we went inside somewhere for about an hour. And when we came back out, it was pouring, like raining cats and dogs kind of rain. And I was ill-equipped. Thankfully, my children had hoods, but I did not. So my hair, everything got soaked. I had a vest, a hoodless vest, which, they should not sell hoodless things to Pacific Northwest people. We are going to now take the leg kind of in the middle ground here. Or sorry, not quite there yet. We're going to point and flex back first. But at any rate, so it was like all of a sudden pouring, and then fast forward another 4 hours, it was sunny again, but the temperature had dropped like 20 degrees from this morning. And it was so windy out. It was just one of those like crazy days. I felt like my daughter kept talking about the Wizard of Oz today for some reason. And I was like, I kind of feel like we're in the Wizard of Oz. This weather is just crazy. Keep breathing here. I was trying to figure out what streaming network played the movie. It's like, I don't even know how to find access to this. I didn't look it up. I was just thinking about it. One more, we had it on VHS when I was a child. And then we're going to go to that middle ground and circle. Some of those really old movies, I don't even know how to watch them without that format. I know last year I was looking to find some of I think it's the Rudolph Christmas with that one elf. I can't think of his ridiculous name. It's like, it's not Phoebe, but it's something silly. I want to say it starts with a P, but I don't think it does. At any rate, I could not find it on anything. I was like, I'll buy it on some type of streaming device. Just let me find it. That was a favorite of mine as a kid. We're going to reverse this with the Abominable Snowman and the Misfit Toys. And there's Cornelius. Of course, I can remember and then stop, or maybe that is go ahead and bring the leg. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, which is good. That's what I'm trying to get for you guys. We're going to take this like all the way straight up, and then we're going to bend, kick out. Sorry, what am we doing? Kick out and then come back down. That's right. So we're going to trace the leg, come in, flex out, bend back in, and then trace the leg down. That's right. Trace up, flex, kick, in, bend, down. 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 Good. Flex, kick. Flex, kick. Flex, kick. Almost there. Kick, in, flex, down. Up, flex, kick, In, bend down, 2 more. And then last one. Wonderful. And we're going to bring the knee all the way up and then roll over onto your side here. And breathe. Wonderful. We're going to go up into quadruped on all fours. We're going to do that pigeon pose, but first I'll have us do a cat-cow stretch from right here. So nice big arch up. Belly button to floor all the way up with your neck. Again, up for cat. Down for cow. One more time up and down. Nice flat back. We're going to check that other leg underneath us for our pigeon pose here. Breathing. Wonderful. We're going to come all the way onto our, come into a seated position first, actually. We've been working on these ball rocking exercises. And a lot of people like to do different things with their bodies. We want to make ourselves, our back into a nice C curve. So we're taking our abdominal muscles and really scooping in here. So we're getting a nice C curve on the inner part of our body and then curving the spine as well. I tend to like to just continue that ball mentality. So we're going to lift our feet off the floor and I like to bring my hands out. But I've seen people that really enjoy holding their feet. I've seen other people that like holding them out like this. Whatever you want to do, you can also try a few of them and see what feels great, or maybe one of them is more challenging for you. You want to try that one out for a while. We're going to take a nice big inhale. We'll come down and then exhale back up. And the goal is not to fall forward. So we're not going to roll forward, but we're going to stop this ball mid-roll here. So nice big inhale down and exhale up. And again, you could try different holds to see how they feel. You may get stuck and not be able to come back up. That's okay. You can just laugh it out loud. No one can hear you because you guys are muted. But it might feel good to get some nice happy energy out of our bodies right now at the end of the day. One more for me. And you can roll the rest of the way forward. We're going to bring our feet out in front. Continuing with our rolling theme, I'll have you roll yourselves down to a lay down position. We're going to scoop the belly button in and really try to attempt to go vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slowly lowering ourselves to the floor here. And then once we're all the way down, we'll take a nice big inhale and exhale slowly up. And trying to go vertebrae by vertebrae. I'm not the best Pilates instructor to demonstrate this, so some of you hopefully will be able to go slower than I can on these roll ups and roll downs. You're breathing. Should also just feel really nice on your spine to kind of go all the way up and down like that. We're going to do one more like that. So one more all the way up. And then we're going to reach up really tall from this position and dive down for feet, ankles, and calves again for a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Should be feeling this in your back as well. You can inhale, exhale a little closer. And then release. We're going to bring our hands right behind our bodies and bend your knees. And I'm going to have us try this first option before we progress to the second. I want you to just bend your elbows and push to straight. So we're doing a tricep exercise here. And this is a pretty basic version. I know both of you two in the class right now could easily progress to the next option. So if you're feeling that way, we're going to pop our hips off the floor, and then we're going to bend the elbows and push to straight again. And another way to make this even more challenging, you'll walk your feet in a little bit, and then you're going to lift a leg here. Go ahead and hold this one down. And we're going to go up and down for 8 more. Wonderful. Go ahead and bring your bottom down and just shake out your arms. We're going to come all the way on our backs. Feet are going to be about hip width apart, and we're going to roll through our spine here, bringing our back all the way to an imprinted spine, and then rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae into our bridge. Option for your arms are out to the side. Otherwise, they're up here. You can also just, I like to just kind of rest them on my body. And then we're going to roll back down, thinking vertebrae by vertebrae, just like we did in those roll ups and roll downs. So hopefully you're still getting the C curve that we were also working on the ball rocking exercise, which means that you're activating your front of your abdominal muscles while we really work on the back of our core here, getting our multi-fidi muscle, our top of our glutes, our hamstrings. Those are all still considered parts of your core. So core just essentially is the middle part of our body. And breathe. Again, when you're doing this, you want to roll through from neutral spine into that imprinted spine. So getting that little kind of rocking motion at the bottom with your sacrum. So when you're all the way at the bottom, you're going lumbar spine, push down, then my sacrum is getting kind of rolled out. So it should feel really nice when you're on the floor. Your sacrum is your tailbone, so that is the last little part of your spine. Wonderful. Go ahead, bring your knees into your chest and roll side to side. We're going to bring our feet again back to about hip width apart. This time we're going to raise our hips a lot faster, but I still want you to go through that motion. So I still want you to rock that tailbone into that lumbar spine, but imprinted. So we're going to go nice quick rock here and up. And then you'll come down. Still want you to imprint the lumbar spine first, and then release, and then up. So we're going still imprinted spine at the bottom, neutral spine, and then from neutral spine into imprinted on the way up. So it's much faster than we were just doing them, but we're still getting that full range of motion with our back. And again, I want you to really also think about your abdominal muscles, trying to make that C curve with them. Hold this one up nice and high. We're going to quietly walk our feet in together and then walk them back out. In together, so feet are touching and then feet are apart. Feet and knees are touching and then feet and knees are apart. In, out, out. Keep the hips high. Keep your abdominal muscles engaged. One more time. And then all the way down. Knees into your chest and roll side to side. And breathe. If you have a band for stretching, you can go ahead and grab that. We're going to start actually with both legs up in the air here. Start our stretching, that is, for a nice joint hamstring stretch. And breathe. Inhale, exhale, see if you can pull that a little closer. And then go ahead and release. We're gonna keep one leg straight up like that, and then the other leg we're gonna bring out to the side. So you can use your band however feels comfortable. You may wanna hold on to one leg with one hand and then have the band on the other, or without the band, it would look like this. So one leg's kind of straight up in the air, and then the other leg is off to the side. You could also use two bands if you had two bands and you wanted to. We're gonna turn this over onto the other side. So I'm just gonna kind of roll my body over so that way my opposite leg is up straight and then my other one is out to the side. And then we'll come back to center, and we're gonna bring both legs out to the side. Breathe. And then I want you to grab both of your feet, bring them in towards your center. So now your feet are together like you're in kind of a butterfly pose. But you're laying on your back still and holding your feet. So we did a ton of inner thigh work or adductor work. So we're just getting a few different ways to stretch that area. Breathe. I'll have you release your legs for happy baby. It's a little bit different when you have the legs bent. Hopefully you're feeling a slight variation here. And then I'm gonna have you flip over so you're on your abdominal muscles. We're gonna stretch our quadriceps and our hip flexors while we're here. Option one is going to be to grab one leg at a time or one ankle, and then you're going to take your hip bone and push it down into the floor. You can also potentially do this with both legs. If you're doing one leg at a time, go ahead and switch legs. If you've been doing both legs the whole time, perhaps your legs were in together. I want you to kind of spread your legs a little further apart so that way your knees are towards the outside of your mat. And hopefully you'll feel how this changes the stretch for you. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and release that. We're going to go up into quadruped, then tuck our toes under, push the heels back for downward dog, and breathe. Wonderful. That is our class today, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and that you are leaving the class rested and ready to just calm down and just go into a nice sleepy days, but that you also feel like your body got worked. So at any rate, have a good night. If you remember that elf's name and want to text it to me, I would love that. So thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.